Hello guys, welcome back to another MG101 video. Here I am at the Sunshine Coast Airport, ready to fly to Sydney and then on to Melbourne. So here we are at the departures and then the Virgin Australia check-in. Inside of the Sunshine Coast Airport, they have this thing on either side of the wall that shows the history, celebrating 50 years. It's a small airport, so you can see almost the whole thing from wherever you're sitting. There were some delays because the plane that we were supposed to be taking was still coming in from Melbourne, and it ended up doing multiple circles and go-arounds around the airport, and it just wasn't landing. It's the same for this Jetstar A320 that was another one of the flights. 15 minutes later, it was down near Brisbane, and it didn't actually come back up north, which was a bit strange. It looked like it was on approach for Brisbane. A few minutes later, they cancelled all the flights, saying that they couldn't land due to bad weather and had diverted to Brisbane. Luckily, we managed to get to a hotel for the night and it was rescheduled to the morning, which we are now here again. We had to wait in security for over an hour because all the people from yesterday and today's flights were now here. Once we got through, I went to the observation area, which I always enjoy going to at Sunshine Coast. You can see here a Jetstar A320 and also a Bonza 737 MAX next to it.
Yeah, where are the flights?
After further delays, we were finally able to board the plane, a Virgin Australia 737-8FE. Before boarding the plane, I took a video of this book bag. It was my seat, 12C. Here's the tray table. It can fold down and then out, and then the same thing but in reverse. There's also this seat pocket with the menu, safety card, and a sickness bag. The headrest can fold in on either side, like so. Unfortunately, being in an aisle seat, I couldn't get as many shots, but I tried my best to get the best views possible. This 737 has the Boeing Sky interior. It's a small airport, which is good because it's close to the runway and it doesn't take long to taxi. The view is not the best. It was hard with the person sitting right there, which I did not want to get in the shot for privacy purposes and good shots.
Seated for takeoff.
Shortly we reached the runway and we took off. I couldn't get much footage of the climb, but I managed to go to a free seat to take this video. Unfortunately, I accidentally took it in portrait mode, but that should be okay. If I remember correctly, we cruised at around 32,000 feet. The aisle where you can see right down to the cockpit door. It also had this nice purple mood lighting. Shortly after, we began descending into Sydney. Fortunately, there was some hair in the side of the camera, but I hope that doesn't bother you too much. In this clip, it shows us descending through the clouds. I find strange is that they didn't put a little gate that they usually do to block off economy and business class during this flight. It looked a bit strange out the window as there were clouds below us and above us. It seemed to take a while to descend as well. I think that was just me though. This is another shot from that other sea that shows the landing. Overall, the landing was pretty smooth, especially for a 737, which normally doesn't make the smoothest landings. Here is an Etihad 777-300ER. This clip shows us parked at the gate when we're about to disembark. I really like the look of the Virgin Australia business class, I have to say. This is our flight path from Sunshine Coast to Sydney on a Virgin Australia Boeing 737-8FE, registered as Victor Hotel Yankee India Golf. Flight from Sydney to Melbourne got cancelled and we were moved onto a later flight, but I got to do some good plane spotting whilst we were here. This is a Jetstar A320 with the Jetstar launch livery. This is a Qantas 787-9 Dreamliner taking off. This is the DHL 777F operated by Kalita Air. I only barely got this Link Airways Sub 340. This is my personal favourite, a Qantas Airbus A380. People really were amazed. Our flight then ended up getting delayed a further 2 hours. Here you can see we are VA870. Finally, after 5 hours at Sydney Airport, we were able to board. This was our plan for tonight's flight. This was the 737. We then made it to our seat until I eventually reached it. 24A. The seat back pocket contained the same things with a safety card, menu, and an air sickness bag. The tray table was the same, folding out and in. The window had a blind, which was kind of obvious being a 737. The seat had alright recline, although I didn't use it that much, so it doesn't matter. This is the same sort of headrest, folding in on either side and then up, although I didn't fold it up. Here are the air stairs being removed. It was this sight alone that made me realize how short the 737's landing gear was. I guess I'd never really noticed until this. I really don't know why. Whoa, typical baggage loader. Come on, get it right. Okay, that's reversed a bit. There were lots of sub 340s and 2 Fly Pelican BAE Jetstream 32s.
We'll now take you through our safety demonstration, so please pause your devices and give us your attention for just a few minutes. Welcome aboard. It's great to have you with us. At Virgin Australia, your health and safety come first, so we appreciate you giving us your attention as we take you through some important information about this flight.
This one was the Jetstream 32 along with the other one before.
And tied across your hips.
I couldn't get many good footage due to it getting darker, and also it had a bit of a reflection, so that was a bit annoying, but that's okay. Unlike the Sunshine Coast taxiing, this was probably the longest it has ever taken. Here's the control tower and also the bridge that went over the road. This is a Qantas 737. We made it onto the runway and started speeding up and eventually took off. Not long after taking off. We then immediately turned the other way. So I don't really know what the first one was about.
I didn't even realize.
Now here's the bathroom with a standard toilet, the door, a sink, and a mirror. I was a bit more creative this time. So yeah, it's a standard airplane bathroom. I decided to get some water and some cheese and biscuits as I wasn't that hungry, being just after dinner. Cool editing skills. This is the entertainment app. On this short flight there was no actual internet, so all you could do was track. But that was okay. Not really, but we had to deal with it, so, and we survived, so that works, I guess. Here's the information box, and this is how far we are into the flight, just near camera. I decided to just put the window blind down. For some reason, the no smoking sign was on, so that was a bit interesting. After a bit longer, I'm going to open it again because I felt we were descending. At this point, you can't really see anything except for the rain on the windows. It was quite wet in Melbourne, and I guess that was all going onto the windows. was pretty hard, although it was at night, so I can't expect too much. In the end, the flight seemed to go a bit slow, but that was alright. This is an Emirates A380 in the Journey to the Future livery, which was quite cool. There were also other aircraft, including a Singapore Airways A350, the Emirates one, a Jetstar 787-8, and a 787-9.
We'll be refueling, smoking in the use of e-cigarettes of any kind, not allowed on the tongue.
Now here is a Thai Airways A350-900. We ended up staying on the plane for a bit before disembarking, and everyone had to leave through the forward doors due to the rain. I was one of the last to leave, so I got a good shot of all the seats. We were now walking back through the airport. So this was our flight on our Boeing 737-81D, registered as Victor Hotel Yankee Foxtrot Echo. Okay guys, thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Tell me if you liked these sort of videos so that I know whether to do them again in the next ones. And remember to check out my other videos. And thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.